I ain't never knew who Bob was. I think Bob was Daniel's mentor. Cause I watched a couple of videos about Bob, and Bob was basically Daniel's mentor. I think Bob was like one of the people that tried to be his caretaker, and Bob tried to have a lot of patience with Daniel. And then I don't know. I could kind of see why Bob pretty much got tired of Daniel's bull crap. I can understand why. He got sick of him. Man's patience don't ran out. Especially that video that I saw, which the link is there down there in the description if you guys want to watch the video. I put the link there, and I did mention this before, but I didn't know who Bob was until Daniel filmed himself in somebody's car. I didn't know that was Bob, but I remember watching this video footage like 4 or 5 days ago, and I said, "Oh, that's Bob," because Bob was trying to kick Daniel out of his car because Daniel was sitting there being disrespectful in Bob's car. Bob sat there and told him, "Do not turn that camera on. I do not want you filming in my car." And Daniel talking about saying like, "Well, it's my right. It's only my right to do this and do that." Sitting there cussing at Bob in his own car. See, that's where Daniel crossed the line at. You can't sit there, Daniel, and sit there and try to talk junk in somebody's car. That's where you cross the line at right there. So that's why Bob told you to get out of his car. And I don't blame Bob because I would have did the same thing. You're not gonna sit here and disrespect me in my own car, especially when I'm being a mentor towards you and trying to have patience with you. And this is the things I get. You gonna disrespect me in my own car? Nah, cuz you gotta get out. Get out of my car, yo. I don't had it with you. And that's how Bob felt. Bob said, "You know what? I had enough of you. I've done everything I can to try to be patient with you, Daniel. You just don't seem to appreciate it. You just always seem to be on some negative stuff, being disrespectful." So Bob basically Bob showed you way better than he can tell you. So, and then when Bob took off, they were talking about, "You ran me over. You ran my foot over, Bob." I don't blame Bob. I don't care. What? You deserve that, Daniel. You deserve that because you shouldn't have disrespected Bob in his own car. It ain't no different if you was in Bob's house. Because I would feel the same way. Ain't nobody going to disrespect me in my car. Ain't nobody going to disrespect me in my own house. You disrespect me in my own house, you got to go, buddy. There's the door, and don't come back. You come back, we're going to have some problems. So I don't blame Bob for throwing Daniel out of his car. I don't blame the man. I mean, Daniel brings it on himself. Someone asked me on my live stream last week. They said, "Jug, what would I sentence Daniel if I was the judge? What would I sentence Daniel?" Well, I would say this. I think I said it in my live stream yesterday. Last week. I said I'll probably give him about maybe 10 years. I'll give him 10 years at least. I wouldn't give him no 60 years. 65 years. They saying they're going to give him 60 some years. What the hell? That's my PS5 controller. Never mind. They said they're going to give him 60 years or whatever like that, but if they give him 60 years, they give him 60 years. I'm not going to cry over it. I'm not going to be one of those people and be like, "Oh, they shouldn't have gave him 60 years. They should never gave him 60 or 65 years." I mean, if they give it to him, they give it to him. I'm not going to disagree with him. I am not going to disagree with the judge for giving him that much time. But I'm just saying, if I was a judge, I would probably give him about 10. I'd probably give him at least about 7 or 8 years at the least. Because you got to think about it, man. Daniel's been going in and out in jail. he became a jailbird. You know what jailbird is. If you don't know what jailbird is, then look it up. But Daniel kept getting slapped on the wrist. He kept going in and out in jail. You know, he was basically a jailbird. That's what he became. He became a freaking jailbird. So they keep letting him out all the time, and then they lock him up because he failed to appear in court and everything like that. So they're gonna have to make an example out of him. They're definitely gonna have to make an example out of Daniel. You know, like I said, Daniel had plenty of chances. He had plenty of opportunities to get help. I don't understand why no one didn't put this dude on Ritalins, because he definitely need to be on Ritalins. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I don't think they gave this kid the right treatment though. I think they did, but you know, like I said, man, you know, some people just, and I said it once, I say it again. Some people just don't want to be helped, you know, and you really can't help people like that. Even if you try to go out of your way and try to be nice to them, and you know, they don't want it. And some people like that, you just gotta lead them out the rot. You know, because Daniel wasn't trying to get help. Because like I told you, the only reason why Daniel is so popular because he did a lot of disrespectful and crazy things. If Daniel was just like a regular, normal guy who just came up there, didn't really do all that negative stuff, no one wouldn't even care to watch this guy. But due to the fact that he sit there and listen to these people online and he's trolls and everything like that, because they know this guy was dumb enough to do all that. He would try to film himself getting kicked out of the place and everything like that. So, yeah, people, I would give him at least about 10 years in jail, at least 10 years. Because he's had plenty of chances to try to straighten himself out, try to get help. He just, you know, he doesn't want it. He don't want it. Because like I said, if I was Bob, I would have gave it up on him too. I would have gave up on him as well too. I'm not gonna try to help somebody and then they're gonna sit there and thinking they're gonna talk shit to me, and you know, think they're gonna talk to me a certain kind of way. Daniel just got way too comfortable with Bob. He got way too comfortable with Bob, and Bob just lost his patience with you. And I don't blame him. But yeah, guys, you guys want to know? Again, I gave him at least 10 years. 10 years would be the least. At least 10 years. But all his phone privileges, you know, getting on social media, them days is over with for him. He might well get used to and get comfortable in prison. But yeah, that's my thoughts about Daniel, though. I don't feel sorry for this kid. You know, he's just a wacko. He's a wacko. That's what I call guys like him. I call guys like him a wacko. He's just a straight up wacko. Anyway, peace.